If you want to know where Jason, Kylie, Rick and Sonia would be without a pop guru, just ask Pete Waterman. We did.
They've always said in show business it's tough at the top. There you are, barely 20, driving your own brand new Lotus, and yet you can't bank on anything. Your mind is full of making a video, planning your next hit record, and bingo, next thing you know, there's a policeman at the window.
You obviously appreciate that you commit an offence if you don't wear your seatbelt.
It's a day in the life of the prodigy, alias Liam Howlett. Liam's had 3 top 10 records. This one, Charlie, made him the darling of dance music. Rave music, dance music, pop music, it's the thing to be in to make money. Pete Waterman, record producer and disc jockey, has made it almost a religion. Good, bad or indifferent, if records sell, it doesn't matter a bit.
I love bands, you know, like The Prodigy, like The Shaman. I love them. I got no problem with that. I can play that record alongside Kylie Minogue, doesn't worry me, because they're hit records.
Mr. Waterman puts his money where most people put their wallpaper. Gold discs from floor to ceiling.
I know about 15, 16 number ones. I know we've had 142 top 20s. But any of them, I mean, I've lost counting. We still hold the record for having our names on the chart for 3.5 years, solidly. We never went off the charts with a record with Stock Aitken Waterman on for 3.5 years. And the Beatles held the record at 3 years and 1 month. And we did it for 3 years and 6 months.
The Waterman talent is knowing how to keep the hits coming. The secret?
31 years of playing to the public at least 3 times a week and having the best Woolworths ears in the business.
He's not exactly the oldest swinger in town, but certainly the most canny. No cocoa and slippers for him. At night he's out there rocking, discovering what his young customers want. And he learnt that years ago from a humble apprenticeship as a disc jockey with Mecca.
You used to have to go and do training, which included you had to learn how to change the toilet rolls, how to change the hand towels, how to clean the floors, how to unblock the toilet. That was all part of the training before they even allowed you anywhere near the stage.
From the stage to TV, Pete Waterman now has his own pop show. He reckons being a DJ is the best way to keep your eye on the game.
The rule is go and watch it, see it happen, and I mean, I've gone and played records and watched the way they've gone down and come back and remade them, and then took them back and see them work. And certainly, I can pick up 2 Sonita records, which I did that way.
Meanwhile, in sunny Essex, at his dad's bungalow, the latest phenomenon of dance music leads a somewhat quiet, modest, really. Don't try telling Pete Waterman that making hits like this is simple.
I heard everybody say about our songs over the last 6 years, anybody can write one, but I ain't heard anybody do it. You know, it's like, and I've heard all these musicians say, that's easy to play that, but I haven't heard them do it. It's easy to criticise, and I've said this a million times. Anybody who thinks my job's easy, here's a studio, I charge £1,750 a day, all they've got to do is call me and hire it. If they have a hit, I'll give them £60,000 for doing it.
Pop music is a passing fancy, even if you're Kylie Minogue looking for a new image.
That's not what the public want. That's not what the public want. The public want I Should Be So Lucky. Now, it can't sound like I Should Be So Lucky because they've moved on, but that's what it has to be. They want her singing happy-go-lucky songs. They want her to be the girl next door. We can argue about how clever her image is till the cows come home, but the fact is, I can tell you, she ain't making any money because the public have said, not more, no more, thank you.
Hello. All right.
For Prodigy, the public are still saying, more please. Content to work away at his music, perfectly happy just knocking about with his mates, he strikes you as the type of lad who's taking it all in his stride. Just one small thing upsets him, when you call his music a racket.
It sometimes annoys me when people say, they try and criticise the dancing and say, well, this isn't music, that isn't music. Why should you have to criticise it if people are into it, you know? I'm sure when Elvis Presley first came out, you know, that all the parents of all the kids who were into Elvis then sort of said, this isn't music, you're not going to be listening to that, you know. Every time a new form of music comes out, people criticise it, and they shouldn't. They should just, like, you know, support it.
It isn't just the critics who cause the problems. Despite the writing on the wall, even the famous stock Aitken Waterman partnership has split up. But he just can't stop looking for that number one.
This is the worst gambling game in the world, and it really is addictive. Because as soon as you start to make a record, you do that. You spin the wheel, you put the ball in, and you ain't got a clue whether it's a hit.
I enjoyed that. Good that. Pete Waterman telling it straight. If you